Where are they now? Hi, I'm Laura Ray. Let's talk about some past beauty favorites. I'm sure many of you are curious when you hear me mention a product and then not mention it again, what happened to it? I do repeat products, I think much more than other influencers that I watch, but I've actually had complaints about that before. People saying, I want to see something new. You talked about that once before. So it's very difficult because, as you know, when you get a product you love, you want to keep using it. So sometimes products that I think are really amazing just get pushed back to the back of the closet because I'm trying out the latest thing to see if it's a good product or not. So today I want to share with you products that some of them I'm going to make a comeback because I haven't used them recently and I love them so much, the way they feel on my skin or look on my skin. And some of these I have kept in my rotation, but I just haven't talked much about them. Let's start off with skincare. About 11 months ago, I did a video on Korean skincare, and I talked a lot about this brand, Yul. It's a very affordable K-beauty brand. This is almost done. I'm down to just a little bit of product left. This is their Pore Deep Cleansing Foam, super affordable. I love the way that it got so creamy on the skin. My skin feels so hydrated and great when I'm done. It's got a low pH in it. I say it's still a great cleanser, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this off because I had just a little bit left. And what replaced this was my Alana Mitchell. I had purchased a bottle and loved it so much. I was using it all the time. And this is thinner than the Yul. If you really like a thicker feel on your skin of just a creaminess, let me show you how this gets even without water. It goes out a lot like a moisturizer would. And as you wash, look at how creamy that is. It's just really a beautiful formula, and it gets the skin so clean. Well, I had ordered the Alana Mitchell, and the Alana Mitchell is more, I would say, of a spa experience because of the scent. It's got a slight orange scent, and usually I don't like any scent because I'm so allergic to everything, but this doesn't bother me. And this is really for dry, combo, and sensitive skin. And I want to show you how this comes out. You can see this is a lot runnier, but just, I can smell the oranges. This is just a very beautiful formula also. So the Yul sort of got pushed to the back of the closet, but I do love it. I think it's excellent. It's super affordable. So if you're looking for a new cleanser, I highly recommend it. For a long time, we heard so much about the oil cleansers and how great they were at removing makeup. And so many of you requested for me to try out this. This is the DHC cleanser, and you said how great it was and you wanted my opinion. So I ordered it, and this product is on the pricier side. And I actually remember having a comment. Somebody said, why would you spend so much money on oil? You could just use coconut oil. Well, this is a very different experience. It really took off the makeup beautifully, and I can see why many of you recommended it to me, and I appreciated that recommendation. But then along came these, and this is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration. Many of you recommended this. It's a cleansing balm. So it's a lot thicker, a whole different kind of product. Now this, when you wet it, it gets very milky on the skin and the makeup just falls off. It's really great. Same thing with this. It just goes on so much thicker. Now, several of you actually recommended this to me over some of the more expensive cleansing balms, and I do love this. I actually have purchased, I think, 3 of these now. I went back, and this sat in my closet for quite a while. As you can see, I've still got a lot. And I had a bottle before this, a smaller size. And when these came out, I started trying all these cleansing balms. I think I tried out at least 8 or 10 of them. And then repurchased this because it was super affordable. It did such a great job. But I started trying this again, and I actually think I like the feeling more of the oil. So I'm going to go back to the oil. Of course, I'll finish this. I'm not going to let this just go to waste because I'm really getting close to the end of it. But I like how thin this is, and it just feels really good on my skin. So I'm going to go back to the cleansing oil for a while. For about a year and a half, I've been using the Vegamore. This is for hair growth, for improving the density of your hair. Now, I have several bottles I bought that are in my makeup closet, and I'm going to continue to use this. I see no reason to stop. I've had excellent results with it. I feel like my hair is thicker than it was before, and I know that's a concern for a lot of us as we go through menopause. I've had many women, even my own doctor, say her hair was getting thinner as she was aging. So that's something I'm concerned about, and even though this is a pricier product for me to keep buying, I feel like it's worth it. So all I do, it's such an easy step each day, is take about a dropper full. I'm going to do it right now. Just go in my hair, and I go especially around here in pockets where the hair growth, you can see I have quite a bit of hair growth there. I never used to get that. It was receded further back. And then I go along the hairline, I go back down the back of my hair. So I do my whole head. And then what I do after that, and I do it with dry hair. Sometimes I do it on wet hair when I come out of the shower. And then I just give myself a nice head massage. It goes right in. I haven't had any like extra oiliness or any issues with that. I know that it may be a little different experience for someone if they had shorter hair, being that your scalp and the hair's shorter, it might get more on the hair. But as far as for me, I haven't had any issues with it causing a difference in how my hair looks when it's styled. And then I'll just take my comb and comb through it. But that's it. It takes so little time. I only do it once a day. That's it. So it's a very easy thing to keep in my routine. There have been times when I haven't used it just because there was just so much going on in my life and I just didn't feel like doing anything. But I am still on the Vegamore train. 11 months ago in that Korean skincare video, I also talked about the Numbuzin, and I'm still using it. And many of you know that watch consistently. You've heard me continue to talk about it. I just recently did a whole nighttime and daytime skincare routine where I showed it. And so I just think this adds a lot of glow to the skin. It's super affordable. My daughter uses it also. She thinks it's incredible. So I love when she tests things too and lets me know how it performs on her skin. Her skin's a little drier than mine, although oily in spots. So this is just great. It adds a beautiful glow to the face. I talked about this for a while in videos. This is from Good Molecules. It's their pineapple exfoliating powder. Now, this was a more affordable option. I used to use one called SRB that I bought on Amazon that was such a great dupe for the Tatcha. The Tatcha exfoliating powder is so expensive. I still love the SRB, but I had quite a bit of that I had bought, then this to work through, and then I tried the Tony Moly. Now, this one is I'm Rice. This one has more of a pineapple scent. It's got like little chunks of pineapple, where this is more like little bits of rice. And for those of you that might not have ever tried this, this is simply a face wash that gently exfoliates. It's a powder. Let's pour some out. It's a regular powder, and all you do is mix water with it. And the wash you get on your face is so creamy, so beautiful, and it makes my skin look a lot smoother, and I notice a big difference in my pores. Now, both of these products sort of got pushed to the back of my closet because I always do my gommage, and that's an exfoliator. But now I've started trying it again, and I realize how much I need it, that my skin looks a lot better with it. So I'm going to use both of these. I think they're equally great. I would just go with the one that is more affordable. This I tend to like a little bit better than the Tony Moly, only because of the pineapple in it. It just, to me, feels a little bit better than the rice, but they're both amazing. I like them, and either one is a win. I used to talk about this Kahai Wrinkle Bounce. This is a spray that you can spray as a step in skincare for hydration. You can respray during the day. I don't really like spraying any spray directly on my face. So what I do is spray it into a makeup brush, but look at what a fine mist this is. I hope you can see that. And then just pat onto the skin like this. I feel better about it. I don't have to worry about getting it in my eyes. I can go in the under eye area like this. Well, when I started trying out a lot of setting sprays, I stopped using this. And what I found is I need to be using it. It gives such a beautiful look to my skin. I love the luminosity to it. I really don't need a lot of glow underneath when I use this. This is so much more natural. It's very hydrating. So I'm back to this. I'm going to sit this with my products that I'm testing and just keep reusing it because I really love the way it hydrates my skin. I also purchased this. It's the Kahai Wrinkle Bounce Multi-Stick. Now this you can pop in your purse, and a lot of Korean celebrities use this, and which prompted me to want to review it because I know so many of you have requested Korean skincare information, and this is one of their top products. Now, I have used it here on the cheekbone for a highlight before, and I just think it's great for hydration. I really like it. But when I bought this, the Tula, I stopped using this because I was testing this out. This is their Rose Glow and Get It. This is fabulous. I don't like the price tag, but I've actually repurchased it because I wanted to leave one in my filming room. Now, not only is it hydrating, but the Tula leaves such a gorgeous glow on the skin. I love it over any highlighter I've ever used. I like a very natural highlight, so I don't want to look like beam me up. And this is that way, plus it's very moisturizing. So I've already put some on here, but I just go right on the cheekbone like that and tap it in. And look at how beautiful it is. I don't have to worry if I have too much or if I didn't blend enough. It just looks beautiful, and it's so hydrating. Now, what I found is I found another use for the wrinkle stick that I'm going to use it for, not highlighting, but when I apply my retinaldehyde at night, I like to apply it more nights on my forehead because my forehead lines are deeper, and also I'm not very sensitive on the forehead. Most of the sensitivity I've found in my skin is in the cheeks. So I will put the retinaldehyde on, and when I'm done, so I don't get all those little peeling skin, I just can go right in to the lines that I'm focusing on and tap some of this in like a moisturizer. And that has worked great. That helps keep away the flaky skin. When I wake up in the morning after using this, my skin is so hydrated. Another use for this would be lip lines. If you're like me and you have some lines right above, under the nose, not on the actual lips, above here, you could just take a little of this, put it on, and then just tap it in, blend it in. Now this would make a good highlighter above the Cupid's bow instead of using something like an actual highlighter too, because I can see how that highlights that area. But this is great for those pesky lip lines. I've spoken many times in videos how much I love this L'Oreal tubing mascara. On one side, it has a primer on it. So it's a two-step formula. On this side is the actual mascara. But I now have a replacement. And that's the e.l.f., the brand new lash extender. This gives me beautiful lashes. I can't believe it because I have puny lashes. These lashes look great with this on. And it's one step. I am all about streamlining the routine, being more of a minimalist. I might not seem that way when I'm sharing all these things, but in my everyday life, I'm pretty much a minimalist. And this takes away a step. So, and the price of this is wonderful too. So it's got a good price point. I think the results maybe are even a little bit better than the L'Oreal. And I've eliminated a step. I would have to say now my favorite drugstore concealer has grown to be this True Match from L'Oreal. This is such a beautiful formula. I've talked about it quite a bit, not as much as my Winky Lux, but this is a little more affordable. The Winky Lux I still love so much and use is around $18. This is a lower price point. It's also such a thin formula and works great. In my mature under eyes, I'm almost 60, and products can tend to collect in the under eyes. And speaking of that, I'm not quite as much of a fan of the new one I've been trying, the L'Oreal True Match. This has hyaluronic acid and caffeine. This also has hyaluronic acid in it. Now, I thought this would be perfect, a little extra caffeine to plump the under eye. I just didn't like it. It wasn't as thin. It didn't do as well in my under eyes. It caught in fine lines. It dried a lot quicker. It was a little harder to work with. So I still say stick with this one. For a long time, I enjoyed this liner from L'Oreal. It's their Age Perfect Satin Glide eyeliner. I still love it. I think it's a great eyeliner. I like the packaging on it. The way it has like a little grip here makes it easy to hold. And I just really enjoyed this. But I do have a newer one I'm liking more. And that's from Sephora. This is the Sephora Ultimate Gel Eyeliner. I think this glides a little better on the eyes. Just goes on easier, blends beautifully, and stays in place. I can go to school and come home. It's still on. It's not my under eyes. It ticks all the boxes. And Sephora runs so many sales on their products that you can pick it up really at a great price like I did. So I would have to say I probably won't repurchase the L'Oreal anymore, and I'll stick with the Sephora. I have about 3 or 4 foundations from the drugstore that always stay in my rotation. They are my go-tos. I know they will look good on my skin. There's a good color match. This is one of them, and I've spoke about it for months and months. It's the Catrice HD. This is their liquid coverage foundation. Now it says it's mattifying, waterproof, sweatproof. Now I don't find it looks very matte because I mix it with a setting spray. And one that I repurchased recently that I love for a very long time is this one from CoverGirl. This is their Priming Glow Mist. I'll just spray this into the foundation and it gives it a beautiful look. But one I tried out recently is from Physicians Formula, their Diamond Setter. Long-lasting setting spray. It's hard for me. This one says it gives more hydration to it, 8 hours of hydration. It's got cactus water in it. This one is more promoting long-lasting and being weightless. It says iridescent. And what I was looking for was a replacement for Charlotte Tilbury. I did a wear test actually on the 2 of these, and I thought the Physicians Formula actually held up a slight bit better. So I will continue to use this. This is a great product. I love the look of it, but I think this might even be a little bit better. I'm really enjoying it, and it was a great purchase for me. Several months ago, I talked about this from LA Girl. This is their Soft Matte Cream Blush. These cream blushes are everywhere now. We're being inundated by them. Initially, there were just a few on the market, and it would seem like such a special thing when one would come out. But recently, e.l.f. came out with another one. This is their Camo Liquid Blush. This is beautiful. I really like it, but I still love this. So again, I say it depends on a shade you're looking for, price point. Now this runs around $7, so I think that's super affordable. The LA Girl is a little less. So if you're just looking to add a new color to your collection, you're bored with the shades you've been wearing, I think either one of these are a winner. This is very pigmented. Let me show you on my hand, because today I wore the LA Girl, but look at the brightness of this. So I think that e.l.f. has come out with some great shades for summer. This would be beautiful. Now, it doesn't stay that bright, but I warn you, if you try one of these, try just a little bit. And what I would do is put it on my hand first, take your brush, go into it like this, and dab some on. Let me go ahead and put a little on. Right now I have the LA Girl, and you can see I've done it very softly on the skin. Let's brighten up. We'll go in with a little of this. I've got it right here, and you can see, wow, even just barely touching my skin, this is super, super pigmented. Now, I've worn this several times to work, and I come home with a full face of blush. So I warn you ahead of time, I wouldn't dab it directly on the skin. I've tried that, and then you have to work a little harder to blend it out. But this is super pigmented. The shade I'm wearing right now is Coral Crush, and I think it's a beautiful shade, but I do want to try the pink. That looks really pretty too, but these blushes are very long lasting. One of the most popular lipsticks on the planet is this one from Charlotte Tilbury, Pillow Talk. I fell in love with it because it's like my lips, but a little better. A little more color, a little more pink to them. My lips are very dark and mauvey, so I just happen to like it. I know some women don't, but I am addicted to this color. Well, Maybelline came out with a color that is pretty much a spot-on dupe, and the shade of it is Lead the Way. Now, I've purchased this before because I wanted something more affordable than Charlotte Tilbury, and I actually like this better. It lasts long like Charlotte's. Now, that's one thing to say. I feel like Charlotte's lipsticks, this formula really lasts a long time, but I like the shape of this better. I can use it just like lip liner. You know, I can line like that around the edge of the lips. And that's very difficult to do with this big of a lipstick. It's still, I love it. I love the packaging of this, but this is super affordable. I just bought another one the other day. I've been through a few of these. This is one of the shades and products that I've been through several. My daughter loves this. I bought this so many times for her. Between the two of us, we've had several tubes of this. So I say, save yourself some money and still get this one from Maybelline. I tried so many lip glosses. My makeup drawer is jammed with them. I mean, jammed. I have a whole tower just for lip gloss, lip balm, lip oil, liquid lipstick, all of that. But I've mentioned the most on my channel this one from Almay. What a surprise. We never hear about Almay, and they have some quality products. This one is definitely one of them that they hit a home run with. It's their Goddess Gloss, and this is in the shade Fairy. But this one has just such the perfect shade for that luminosity on the lips, that little bit of extra pout, that little bit of extra shine. I just think it's amazing. The price point on these are fabulous. Now, I buy mine on Amazon because I've mentioned before, I've seen them in store, and people just don't know about them. I really think Almay is an underrated brand, and so they sit on the shelves, and I see them, and they look like they're 100 years old. So I order them directly from Amazon, and I've always gotten glosses back that are fabulous. I've bought these numerous times because my daughter is obsessed with this shade and this one. It's one of her favorites, so I bought it for her several times. But I say I still am using it and still loving it. So those are a few of my past favorites. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. Just say I loved it, and then I will know, and I'll do more of these. I have other products that I'm still using that I've talked about before. I have been on YouTube almost 10 years. It will be 10 years in June. And that just pretty much blows my mind. I started my channel right before I turned 50 years old. And I'm going to be 60 in July. So many of you have been here since the beginning, and I want to thank you for that. I couldn't do this channel without you. As you see, I do very little sponsored content, and that is really just to keep my channel going, and I use brands that I'm already using, that I'm loving, but very little, and I receive almost no PR. So everything that you see, for the most part, probably 98% of what I show on my channel is stuff I've purchased with my own money. So I have to be very careful with my money, like many of you are, because I just can't afford to be too wasteful. So I do a lot of research before I even start doing a video, but still there are disappointments. So if you'd like to see some of those too, let me know in the comments. I've been trying to do more of those videos because I think those are important too, to know which products aren't working. And in any way I can save you money, I want to do that. Remember, everything I've talked about today, if you want to read about it or look at the products, is in the description of the video. I do receive a small commission, and that's what I use to buy the products that I'm reviewing. So thank you so much for supporting my channel when you do want to make a purchase. I love you all so much. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful week, and I look forward to seeing you real soon.